بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة. كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأرضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأرضين شرقها وغربها سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شيء. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد في الليل إذا يغشى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في النهار إذا تجلى، وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرة والأولى، وصل على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد كهلا مرضيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد منذ كان في المهد صبيا، وصل على سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. اللهم وأعط سيدنا محمدا المقام المحمود الذي وعدته، الذي إذا قال صدقته وإذا سأل أعطيته. اللهم وأعظم برهانه وشرف بنيانه وأبلج حجته وبين فضيلته. اللهم وتقبل شفاعته في أمته، واستعملنا بسنته، وتوفنا على ملته، واحشرنا في زمرته وتحت لوائه، واجعلنا من رفقائه، وأوردنا حوضه، واسقنا بكأسه، وانفعنا بمحبته. اللهم آمين. وأسألك بأسمائك التي دعوتك بها أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عدد ما وصفت ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت، أن ترحمني وتتوب علي وتعافيني من جميع البلاء والبلوى، وأن تغفر لي وترحم المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وأن تغفر لعبدك المذنب الخاطئ الضعيف، وأن تتوب عليه إنك غفور رحيم. اللهم آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم إني أسألك بحق ما حمل كرسيك من عظمتك وقدرتك وجلالك وبهائك وسلطانك، وبحق اسمك المخزون المكنون الذي سميت به نفسك وأنزلته في كتابك واستأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك. وأسألك باسمك الذي إذا دعيت به أجبت، وإذا سئلت به أعطيت. وأسألك باسمك الذي وضعته على الليل فأظلم، وعلى النهار فاستنار، وعلى السماوات فاستقلت، وعلى الأرض فاستقرت، وعلى الجبال فرست، وعلى الصعبة فذلت، وعلى ماء السماء فسكبت، وعلى ماء السحاب فأمطرت. وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا محمد نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا آدم نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به أنبياؤك ورسلك وملائكتك المقربون صلى الله عليهم أجمعين، وأسألك بما سألك به أهل طاعتك أجمعين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مطحية والجبال مرسية والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب منيرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أحصاه اللوح المحفوظ من علمك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في أم الكتاب عندك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء ما أنت خالقه من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد صفوف الملائكة وتسبيحهم وتقديسهم وتحميدهم وتمجيدهم وتكبيرهم وتهليلهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية والرياح الزارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة تقطر من سماواتك إلى أرضك وما تقطر إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت الرياح وعدد ما تحركت الأشجار والأوراق والزروع وجميع ما خلقت في قرار الحفظ من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد النجوم في السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في بحارك السبعة مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم وألحاظهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد طيران الجن والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الطيور والهوام وعدد الوحوش والآكام في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الأحياء والأموات. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أظلم عليه الليل وأشرق عليه النهار من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد من يمشي على رجلين ومن يمشي على أربع من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من صلى عليه من الجن والإنس والملائكة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما يجب أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما ينبغي أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى شيء من الصلاة عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة. كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأرضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأرضين شرقها وغربها سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شيء. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد في الليل إذا يغشى وصل على سيدنا محمد في النهار إذا تجلى وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرة والأولى وصل على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا وصل على سيدنا محمد كهلا مرضيا وصل على سيدنا محمد منذ كان في المهد صبيا وصل على سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. اللهم وأعط سيدنا محمدا المقام المحمود الذي وعدته الذي إذا قال صدقته وإذا سأل أعطيته. اللهم وأعظم برهانه وشرف بنيانه وأبلج حجته وبين فضيلته. اللهم وتقبل شفاعته في أمته واستعملنا بسنته وتوفنا على ملته واحشرنا في زمرته وتحت لوائه واجعلنا من رفقائه لقائه وأوردنا حوضه واسقنا بكأسه وانفعنا بمحبته اللهم آمين. وأسألك بأسمائك التي دعوتك بها أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عدد ما وصفت ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت، أن ترحمني وتتوب علي وتعافيني من جميع البلاء والبلوى، وأن تغفر لي وترحم المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وأن تغفر لعبدك المذنب الخاطئ الضعيف، وأن تتوب عليه إنك غفور رحيم. اللهم آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم إني أسألك بحق ما حمل كرسيك من عظمتك وقدرتك وجلالك وبهائك وسلطانك، وبحق اسمك المخزون المكنون الذي سميت به نفسك وأنزلته في كتابك واستأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك. وأسألك باسمك الذي إذا دعيت به أجبت وإذا سئلت به أعطيت. وأسألك باسمك الذي وضعته على الليل فأظلم، وعلى النهار فاستنار، وعلى السماوات فاستقلت، وعلى الأرض فاستقرت، وعلى الجبال فرست، وعلى الصعبة فذلت، وعلى ماء السماء فسكبت، وعلى ماء السحاب فأمطرت. وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا محمد نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا آدم نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به أنبياؤك ورسلك وملائكتك المقربون صلى الله عليهم أجمعين. وأسألك بما سألك به أهل طاعتك أجمعين، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مطحية والجبال مرسية والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب منيرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أحصاه اللوح المحفوظ من علمك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في أم الكتاب عندك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء ما أنت خالقه من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد صفوف الملائكة وتسبيحهم وتقديسهم وتحميدهم وتمجيدهم وتكبيرهم وتهليلهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية والرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة تقطر من سماواتك إلى أرضك وما تقطر إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت الرياح وعدد ما تحركت الأشجار والأوراق والزروع وجميع ما خلقت في قرار الحفظ من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد النجوم في السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في بحارك السبعة مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم وألحاظهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد طيران الجن والملائكة.
From shaitan. We are running away from the shaitan that is inside and outside. And when you're running to the safety of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the mercy that Allah has given to this nation, that for 1400 years the zikr of Thursday nights, they are not dropped. And that should be our intention right now, to run away from this dunya, to run away from our desires, especially our ego, to run away from shaitan to Allah. The believer is the one who lives according to that, because that is what is going to happen to all of us. Males and females, young and old, believer, unbeliever, this is what is going to happen. We have to leave everything and we have to return to Allah. But the believer is running away from that right now. Those who don't believe, those who are in love with their ego and their desires in this dunya, they will be forced to leave. That time, hell is going to begin even before they enter into that grave. We'll be forced to leave all of this. We must leave it voluntarily, with our own will, with our own intelligence. Leave it with love, to return to Mawla. Everything else is lying to you. This world is lying to you. This world's intention is to grind us. Allah's intention for us is for us to return to Him, the Most High. Find those ones who are on the same path, then that time it will be easier. It will be much more blessed, and you will be able to taste, because their way is the way of the prophets. That time, even if the whole world is going to offer itself to you, you are not going to return its salams. You will use it, but you will take it from one hand to give it with the other hand. Then you understand, this is what I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. To take and to give. As we are nearing towards the end of this month, as we enter into the next month, take it with you, because those ones who hold on tightly to this world, they will not have mercy, because it is against the nature of this world to run towards those who are running after them. So those who run after this world, they will always be filled with fear and disappointment and anger. It has been commanded, Allah is saying to the dunya, those who are running after you, run away from them. And those who are running away from you, He's commanding the dunya, run after them. Don't be those ones who ran away from the dunya once upon a time, and now that the dunya is running after you, you stop and you turn around and you start hugging the dunya. Don't be those ones. When the dunya is running after you, bring the dunya in the way of haqq. That is a worship to us, and that is better for us, if only we know. Everywhere in the world, Shaykh and his rahmat is reaching. People are being fed. People are given water in his name, in the name of our Grand Shaykh, in the name of the Prophet, in the name of Allah. This world doesn't need more scholars. It doesn't need more hafiz of Quran. It needs more good people. It needs more people who are understanding that you can still hide your evil and your ego behind books, behind knowledge, behind language, behind how you dress. But at the end of the day, it is your character as a human being. And the highest character of the human being, it is shown by the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That is what matters. May Allah make us to hold strongly to our Shaykh, who's teaching us how to live this religion and how to walk in the way of the saints and the prophets. May Allah forgive our shortcomings. May Allah make us to wake up, to become more alert, to put away our stubbornness, and to run to haqq, inshallah. May Allah send the right ones soon, the holy ones, to bring down this evil system soon. May Allah forgive me and bless you for the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, our Grand Shaykh and our Shaykh. Al-Fatiha. Amin. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Hasbunallah. Hawla wa la quwwata. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله العظيم الذي لا اله الا هو الحي القيوم واتوب اليك من كل ذنب معصية من كل ما يخالف دين الاسلام من كل ما يخالف الشريعة من كل ما يخالف الطريقات من كل ما يخالف المعرفات من كل ما يخالف الحقيقات من كل ما يخالف العظمة يا أرحم الراحمين هذان كلمتان شهادتان عندك يا رسول الله وهي لنا وليتنا مكيا رحمة للعالمين اللهم يا مسبب الأسباب يا مفاتيح الأبواب يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار يا دليل المطهرين يا غياث المستغيثين يا حي يا قيوم يا ذو الجلال والإكرام وفدوا أمر إلا الله إن الله باسر بالعباد رابطة الشريف. Connect your heart to share. فاتحة الشريف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صلوات الشريف. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. ألم نشرح الشريف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله إخلاص الشيء. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله فاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين صلوات الشريف اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم صل يا ربي وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى كل أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما وبلغني بالصالحين آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم. سبحانك ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. إلى شرف النبي مصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى وصحبه الكرام وإلى مشايخنا بتركة نقشبندية العليا حضرة لروح إمام تارقة الحالي كوجش نقشبند محمد ويسي البخاري سلطان أولياء شاب الله فضل حسين أبو فكرة سيد جواد رباني سلطان أولياء قبلة الإسلام صاحب زمان شيخ سلطان مولانا محمد ناظم الدلالكاني حد حاجگانی عبد الحالق الجواني صاحب الشيخ عبد الكريم الكبرسي رباني صاحب سادتنا والصديقين.
الفاتحة. فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله الوكيل نعم المولى نعم النصير ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم على بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب بلى الله الله الله الله الله الله الله النصير ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الله والله حق الله والله حق الله والله حق الله والله الله حي الله الله حي الله الله حي الله الله حي الله الله حي الله الله حي الله الله حي الله الله حي الله حي يا قيوم الله حي يا قيوم الله حي يا قيوم الله حي يا قيوم الله حي يا قيوم الله حي يا قيوم الله حي يا قيوم الله حي يا قيوم حسبنا الله نعم الوكيل نعم المولى نعم الناصر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم يا هو يا هو يا دايم يا هو يا هو يا دايم يا هو يا هو يا دايم الله يا دايم يا دايم يا دايم يا الله يا دايم يا دايم يا دايم يا الله يا حليم يا حليم يا حليم يا الله يا حليم يا حليم يا حليم يا الله يا حافظ يا حافظ يا حافظ يا الله يا حافظ يا حافظ يا حافظ يا الله يا حنان يا حنان يا حنان يا الله يا حنان يا حنان يا حنان يا الله يا منان يا منان يا منان يا الله يا منان يا منان يا منان يا الله يا ديان يا ديان يا ديان يا الله يا ديان يا ديان يا ديان يا الله يا سبحان يا سبحان يا سبحان يا الله يا سبحان يا سبحان يا سبحان يا الله يا سلطان يا سلطان يا سلطان يا الله يا سلطان يا سلطان يا سلطان يا الله يا كريم يا كريم يا كريم يا الله يا كريم يا كريم يا كريم يا الله يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح يا الله يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح يا الله يا ستار يا ستار يا ستار يا الله يا ستار يا ستار يا ستار يا الله يا قدير يا قدير يا قدير يا الله يا قدير يا قدير يا قدير يا الله يا مقتدر يا مقتدر يا مقتدر يا الله يا مقتدر يا مقتدر يا مقتدر يا الله يا مالك يا مالك يا مالك يا الله يا مالك يا مالك يا مالك يا الله يا علي يا علي يا علي يا الله يا علي يا علي يا علي يا الله يا علي يا علي يا علي şahid, ya şahid, ya şahid, ya Allah, ya şahid, ya şahid, ya şahid, ya Allah, ya şafi, ya şafi, ya şafi, ya Allah, ya şafi, ya şafi, ya şafi, ya Allah, ya Ali, ya Ali, ya Ali, ya Allah, ya Ali, ya Ali, ya Ali, ya Allah, ya Rezak, ya Rezak, ya Rezak, ya Allah, ya Rezak, ya Rezak, ya Rezak, ya Allah, ya Cemal, ya Cemal, ya Cemal, ya Allah, ya Cemal, ya Cemal, ya Cemal, ya Allah, ya Celal, ya Celal, ya Celal, ya Allah, ya Celal, ya Celal, ya Celal, ya Allah, ya Cebbar, ya Cebbar, ya Cebbar, ya Allah, ya Cebbar, ya Cebbar, ya Cebbar, ya Allah, ya Kahar, ya Kahar, ya Kahar, ya Allah, ya Kahar, ya Kahar, ya Kahar, ya Allah, ya Kadir, ya Kadir, ya Kadir, ya Allah, ya Kadir, ya Kadir, ya Kadir, ya Allah, ya Latif, ya Latif, ya Latif, ya Allah, ya Latif, ya Latif, ya Latif, ya Allah, ya Eman, ya Eman, ya Eman, ya Allah, ya Eman, ya Eman, ya Eman, ya Allah, ya Selam, ya Selam, ya Selam, ya Allah, ya Selam, ya Selam, ya Selam, ya Allah, ya Sabur, ya Sabur, ya Sabur, ya Allah, ya Sabur, ya Sabur, ya Sabur, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. صل يا رب وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى الكل الأجمل والحمد لله رب العالمين. على أشرف العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات. على أفضل العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات. على أكمل العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات. صلوات الله تعالى وملائكته وأنبيائه ورسوله وجميع الكلام محمد وعلى آل محمد عليه السلام. ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. رضي الله تبارك وتعالى سادنا أصحاب رسول الله أجمعين وعن تابعين بإحسان ومجتهدين المهدين والعلماء المتقين وعلى الأنبياء الصالحين وإلى مشايخنا في تركة نقشبندية العليا. قدس الله تعالى أرماهم زكيا من أمر الله تعالى بارك
وارى الله تعالى بركاتهم وفيوداتهم دائما والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الفاتحة. اللهم سبحان ربي العلي الوهاب.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. جعل الله وإياكم من يستجيب شفاعته وارجو من الله رحمته ورأفته. اللهم بحرمة هذا النبي الكريم وآله وأصحابه السالكين على منهاجه القويم اجعلنا من خير أمته واسنا بذيل حرمته واحشنا غدا في زمرته وسامل ألسنتنا في مدحه ونصرته وعلم التمسكين بسنته وطاعته ومتنا اللهم على حبه وجماعته. اللهم ادخل ما ندخل من ندخلها وانزل ما في قصورها فلما ننزلها وارحمنا يا معاشر الخلائق فترحمها. اللهم ارزقنا زيارته في كل سنة ولا تجعلنا فيك ولا عنه قبل سنة. اللهم لا تجعلنا في ذنوبا وستعتبر ذا المغفرة وعيوبا. اللهم انه كان معنا في السنة المعطوفة مثلها ومن فضله رحمهم الله. اللهم ارحمنا هذا السنة اصحاب القبور وفق لا يبقى سناه على ممر الدهور. اللهم اجعلنا لآلائك ذاكرين ولنعمائك شاكرين وليوم لقائك من الذاكرين وحين بطاعتك مشغولين وإذا توفيتنا فتوفنا غير مفتونين ولا مخذولين واختم لنا منك بخير أجمعين. اللهم اكفنا شر الظالمين. اللهم اكفنا شر الظالمين. اللهم اكفنا شر الظالمين واجعل من فتة هذه الدنيا سالمين. اللهم اجعل هذا الرسول لك لنا شفيعا وارزقنا به يوم القيامة مقاما رفيعا. اللهم اسقنا من حوض نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم شربة هنيئة ما لا بعد حتى غدا. اللهم فلنا به وعلى آباء أمهات المشايخ المعلمين وذي الحقوق علينا ومن أجل هذا الخير في هذه الساعة ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك أنت قريب مجيب الدعوات وقاضي الحاجات وقاضي الحاجات وقاضي الحاجات وغافر الذنوب والخطيئات يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Raise them to higher and higher and higher stations. Amen. Ya Rabbi, give long, strong, blessed life to Shaykh Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, make us to be better ones to him. Ya Rabbi, make us to be better ones in this way. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, we're asking you to please save us from hypocrisy. Ya Rabbi, make us be good servants. Ya Rabbi, make us be the ones that are fighting against our ego. Ya Rabbi, make us be the ones that are staying away from Shaitan. Ya Rabbi, make us be the ones that are staying in Sohbat. Ya Rabbi, make us be the ones that are taking the Sohbat and putting it in our lives. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, we're asking for your forgiveness. Ya Rabbi, we're asking for safety. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, we're asking for help for Ummati Muhammad. Ya Rabbi, we're asking for an end to tyranny and oppression. Ya Rabbi, we're asking to be from those ones that are free from tyranny in ourselves, inside ourselves. Ya Rabbi, to be from those ones that are helping this Ummah. Ya Rabbi, to be from those ones who are keeping on the way. Ya Rabbi, for the sake of this holy night. Ya Rabbi, for the sake of our Shaykh. Ya Rabbi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Rabbi, Peygamber Efendimiz Aleyhisselatü Vesselam Hazretleri'nin yüzü hürmetine, mübarek Cuma gecesinin hürmetine. Ya Rabbi, büyük şeyhimizin ve şeyhimizin ahiretteki makamları, güçlerini, kuvvetlerini, heybetlerini, şanlarını, şereflerini arttır. Ya Rabbi, onların yüzü hürmetine Şeyh Lokman Efendi Hazretleri'nin gücünü, kuvvetini, heybetini, şanını, şerefini arttır. Ya Rabbi, cemaatimizi, ihman ehli, garip, mazlum kullarını Ya Rabbi, Mehdi Aleyhisselam'a ve İsa Aleyhisselam'a yardım edecek kullarını emni eman dairinde tut Ya Rabbi. Büyüden, kötü gözden, nazardan, kazadan, beladan, hastalıktan, hükümet, devlet şerrinden, şeytanın şerrinden, şeytan asmı insanların şerrinden, deccalın şerrinden sana sığındık Ya Rabbi. Bizleri emni eman dairinde tut Ya Rabbi. Bizleri hakkı hak, batılı batıl olarak göster Ya Rabbi. Şükür kapısından ayırma Ya Rabbi. Şeyhimizin emanetinden bizleri ayırma. Şeyhimizin yolundan dünya ahiret bizleri ayırma Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, dünya muhabbetini aklımızdan kalbimizden çıkar Ya Rabbi. Bizleri dünyayı esir etme Ya Rabbi. Nefsimizi esir etme Ya Rabbi. Şeyhimizin yolunda muhabbet ile, aşk ile hizmet etmeyi bizlere nasip mesele eyle Ya Rabbi. Samimi kullarından olmayı bizlere nasip mesele eyle Ya Rabbi. Şikayet kapısından uzak tut Ya Rabbi. Abdullah kullarından olmayı bizlere nasip mesele eyle Ya Rabbi.
Amin. Estağfurullah. Estağfurullah. Estağfurullah. Lazim la ilahe illa huvel hayyul kayyum. Tevbeten abdin zalim. Şurallah men rabbi la ilahe illa ente halakana. Estağfurullah. Ya Vahhab, Ya Vahhab, Ya Vahhab, Ya Musabib al-Asbab, Mufatih al-Abwab, Talib al-Qulub wal-Absar. Ya Dalil al-Tahayyirin, Ya Ghiyas al-Mustaghisin, Ya Hayy Ya Qayyum, Zul Jalali wal-Ikram wa fir amri ila Allah. Inna Allah basirun bil ibad. Allahumma salatan tunjina min jami' ahwali wa afat wa taqdir min jami' al-hajat wa tutahhiruna bi sa'iat. تبلغنا أقصى غاية جميع الخير بعد الممات. اللهم صل على محمد ورحمة محمد وفرت وصلت. يا أرحم الراحمين ارحمنا يا أرحم الراحمين فاعف عنا يا أرحم الراحمين يا غفر الذنوب استر وفتح القلوب آمين آمين آمين والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين إلى شرف النبي مصطفى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم شيخ سلطان صاحب السيد الفاتحة اللهم فاتحة آمين السلام عليكم Allah kabul etsin inşallah. Şükür, elhamdülillah. May Allah be pleased with us.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما يجب أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما ينبغي أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى شيء من الصلاة عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرض
Yes? When it's talking about the kutubs, the mountains, the nails, it's not meaning those mountains, swearing by them. When it's talking about time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not meaning this time, 24 hours, Allah is swearing by 24 hours. This is 24 hours to us. What about to the cat? They have a different sense of time, right? What about to other creations that we are saying it doesn't have a life? Our Lord is the Lord of life. He doesn't create anything that doesn't have a life. It has a life, but not in a way that we understand. Yes? The baby that is in the mother's womb has a different sense of time. So it's different. It's not meaning that. It's meaning something else. We may only say, for instance, what we heard Shaykh Effendi say, and according to how he wants to open it, we may. Not necessary, we don't open it. That time, again, is referring to mankind, not just any man. To the master of the time, Sahibul Waqt. Again, is referring to Hazrati Insan, but that Hazrati Insan, that is Insan Kamil. Allah swearing by him. So that mountain is not referring to the mountain that you think you see here, Catskills, or in Alaska, or in Dagestan. Dagestan is a land of Da, land of mountains. We're trying to look for the mountain of Kaf over there, it's not. Shaykh Effendi had said, Holy Prophet ﷺ, saying, imagine that this world it is like a ring. Throw this ring into an endless desert, it will disappear. Yes? The mountain of Kaf is that endless desert. So we're not even talking about the skies. We're not talking about the heavens. We're not talking about the Arsh. We're not talking about Sidratul Muntaha. Everything swallows the next one. So, it is enough that our Shaykh is there and he's sending us support from there. And it is where the awliya Allah, they are getting ready, the friends of Allah. They're getting ready for the event that is going to happen, that is going to end everything that is in creation. That event is not just between East and West or this world. It's going to be the end of all worlds. It's going to be start a new beginning. And that end is just a beginning of the real end that is going to come. Because however many Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had sent mankind to, the worlds, how many Adams, it's all coming to a close. This is the time. Which is now, it is even more important for us to understand what is the most important thing. Women's, next time you're not going to put your shoes over there if you are going to exit from the other side and sending the kids to go back and forth. Either you're going to use your brains and you're going to think a little bit, Sohbat is going to start, take all your shoes before and move over there, or you're not going to come at all. Not you, not me, we have the right to disturb the Sohbat that is happening. Or you're going to be patient and you're going to sit somewhere quiet for a little bit until the Sohbat finishes and to take your shoes. But you're not going to send the kid back and forth like this. Aql. So how are we going to talk about the mountain of Kaf when we're still being busy about where to put the shoes? How are we going to talk about high-level stuff like that when people are not even understanding basic adab? Forget about understanding how to enter into a jami, a masjid. You don't know there's manners to entering into a place, into a mosque, into a jami, into a dergah. People forget about that. They don't even know how to enter into a toilet. There is a way. Either you enter into it the way shaitan enters, or you're going to enter into it the way that Allah's friends, they enter. So everything has a manners to it. Yes, that's why we cannot talk so much about it. Because you talk about it, you hear, what are you going to do with it? You know, then what? Are you working towards entering into there? You don't even know how to enter into a toilet. And now because we're a Jamaat, you cannot say, oh, I know. That one doesn't know. That one is bad, I'm good. It's finished once you start thinking. Because in the Jamaat, you're only as strong as the weakest person. You understand? So, these things we have to watch. Because as I was saying, now if the whole world is heading towards that clash, that haq, it is rising, the split is happening everywhere that our Shaykh had spoken about for decades. There's going to be a split. Whole world is separating. I remember very clearly 23 years ago when I was with Shah Effendi, and he said, this world will divide into two. This is 23 years ago. He said division is going to happen between truth and falsehood. Not between Muslims and non-Muslims, truth and falsehood. And he says, but before they separate, he says, before right and wrong separates, the religions are going to separate. Inside every religion, there are people who are sincere and people who are not sincere. They start separating. They're no longer happy to be just together and to tolerate each other. They start separating. You will see that in all religions now, they're separating. You see very clearly. You see that in Saudi Arabia, you see that in India. Yes or no? You see that in the West, and you see in the East. But he said, before the religions start to separate, first, he's saying, inside the religion of Islam, the Muslims are going to separate, the sincere and the insincere ones. And it says, before the Muslims are separating, the tariqats are going to separate. And the first tariqat to make that separation will be the Naqshbandi tariqat. There will be a separation. We're asking to be on the right way. As long as we're holding on to our shaykh, holding on to our grand shaykh, there's no reason. Then you're going to see, what are you busy with? You say you're holding on to them. So many are holding on to them, but 24 hours they're busy with slander and backbiting and destroying people's lives. Cheating and lying, stealing from them. Yes or no? Destroying lives. But they're saying, we're following, we're holding on tight. You're not holding on tightly, you're not even holding on. You're just putting the title there, calling yourself this, this, or this. And we're seeing now, as Shaykh Effendi had said, the whole world now is moving. It's like a huge big truck, 20-wheeler truck, 18-wheeler truck, that very powerful engine, and all of mankind is inside that truck, and it's heading right off the cliff, and the awliya Allah, the friends of Allah, are holding it tightly, so that they don't fall off the cliff and everything is destroyed. But the engine is so powerful in this Akhir Zaman that if the awliya Allah, they don't let go, they'll be dragged to go down with that truck over that cliff too. So you see certain places, they pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, because it's too strong. And the permission is, the authority is, the order is, don't hold on too tightly to that. They have to hold on to you if they want. But when you see it heading, like for example, when you see, they're very excited these days, everything is a sign. They're excited about the Titanic. But they're not understanding the Titanic, the captain or the architect or the one who built the ship, he is the one who called it Titanic, and he is the one who is challenging to Allah. He's saying, not even you can destroy this. Allah is saying, me? I'm not going to do anything. But that thing that you don't pass off as nothing, that thing that you can drink, that thing that you can boil, that thing that you don't take for nothing, that thing in its severe form of an iceberg, just sitting there, maybe for millions of years, not moving, but waiting for that day, that thing that is not doing anything, you are going to come and crush into it. And that's exactly what happened. So this whole world now is crushing into that iceberg. It's not just crushing, it's already crushed. Now things are twisting, things are popping, things are... When the ship is going through the iceberg like that, is that the time to sit and to discuss? Is that the time to sit and to discuss? Discussion should have been before. Before you even hit it, you can discuss. Actually, if you are going to discuss when it's rushing to hit it, you don't discuss. That time you already say, we have to jump out. We have to jump out. We cannot now talk. But now this whole ship, it is already hitting and it's going deeper and deeper. It's ripping apart. And what are the people doing? What are our leaders doing? What are the Muslim leaders doing? What are the scholars doing? They're still talking about the stars. They're still talking about books. They are making people to be sleepy that no, we are, what iceberg? There's nothing out there. We're still living the best of time. There is time enough. Awliya Allah is saying there is no time. Any prophet saying, don't worry, you have time? No prophet says. Even Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, he's saying for hundreds of years, there is no time, there is no time, there is no time. You are going to die, there is no time. Even if you live for 1,000 years, you are going to die. Tomorrow maybe, there is no time. And he lived for over 900 years. Then, when he asked and Allah answered his prayers, then he knows really there is no time. Because a ship is already going to hit the iceberg. The world is going to sink. So the awliya Allah, our Shaykh has been speaking about this for decades. This is what is happening right now when you see everything. Don't think this is going to get better, it's going to get worse. But better or worse also, don't judge by these eyes. You have to go by here. It may look like things are going to get better, but it's not. So it's hitting now. It's ripping itself apart. And tariqat should be the first one to save mankind. You are not going to be saved by your knowledge. When a ship is sinking, and when the ship is sinking, do you see people who rely on their knowledge, let's say of swimming? You ever hear, if it's presented to them a lifeboat or you can swim, they say, I want to swim? You ever hear that? In fact, it is law, everybody get on the lifeboat if there is room. So your knowledge is not going to save you. You have to hold on to that lifeboat. But the prophets and the saints, they're not offering lifeboats. What are they offering? They're offering a ship the size of the ship of Nuh alayhi salam. It is enough to fit all of humanity, you understand? All of humanity. There's no limited space there. But how many are saying that I'm preparing myself to enter into that ship? And how many are saying and training others, no, you don't have to. Even if it's going to fall, I'm going to teach you how to swim. Even the strongest fighters, strongest swimmers, strongest sportsmen and athletes, when the ship is going down, they don't rely on their knowledge. Because they know what we're going to enter into is an endless ocean. It will swallow us, but we don't know what is there. You see, intelligence means I have to get into the lifeboat. Oh, but the lifeboat looks really small and it doesn't matter, it will save your life. That's how people look at awliya Allah. They're saying, what, this one? It's so small. This one doesn't look too fancy, doesn't look very strong. Separation has occurred. It's happening right now. Choose the lesser of two evils. It's between shar and shar. You have to choose the lesser shar. May Allah keep us in safety, making us to hold on to our share, inshallah. Not for us to let go. Al-Fatiha. All right. Give the tea. Any other questions? Anyone wants to say? Yes, Jay.
Choose the lesser. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You're saying choose the lesser evil. How do you identify that?
You have a shay, you don't have to identify it. Follow what he says. The reason why we have a guide is the guide says, walk this way. One. But it's 360 degrees. Yes? It could be infinite ways from the starting point of where you are to the direction you want to go, to take a step out from that point. Any direction you take, it is endless. Infinite, correct? From that point. But is the Shaykh saying there are 100 ways? Or 50 ways, or 3 ways? One way. He walks one way. How are you going to know? Walk behind him. Walk behind him means try to think the way he does. Try to understand. Try to see. You will. You can. You won't be able to see everything. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to see everything. I'm trying to see what is meant for me. You cannot see what the Shaykh is saying. Obviously, everything. You don't have to. You see what is meant for you. Then that time you're not going to be confused. You're not even going to look, what about this? What about this? What about this? It doesn't concern me. This concerns me. My concern is I'm walking behind him. Can I keep up? Or can I stay true? Or am I holding on strongly? Do you understand? In the Naqshbandi way, the Shaykh says Allah. Yes? What do you say? The majority of the people, even in tariqat, they're going to say it's shirk. Once there was a Shaykh with one murid, and he was going to cross the river. He took his sajjada, he put it on the river, and it's floating. He went on top, he was sitting in front, and he said to the murid, be behind me. I'm going to say, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, and we're going to cross that river. You are going to say, Ya Shaykh, Ya Shaykh, Ya Shaykh, Ya Shaykh. You understand? He says, I understand. They start crossing. Shaykh is saying, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. Murid is saying, Ya Shaykh, Ya Shaykh, Ya Shaykh. They're going, they're going, they're going. Shaitan then comes to say, again, you have this way, this way, this way, this way, this path, this path, this path, this way of thinking, this way of thinking. The Shaykh is saying, Ya Allah. The murid is saying, Ya Shaykh. And Shaitan is whispering to the murid, saying, why are you saying Ya Shaykh? Isn't that shirk? That's shirk. You're asking Ya Shaykh, isn't he a human being? Why are you not asking Ya Allah? He must be a cult leader. He must just wants to control you. He must this, all sorts of things that so many people they are thinking. So the murid is listening, says that makes sense. He's asking for Allah, why I cannot ask from Allah too? So the murid, instead of saying Ya Shaykh, he says Ya Allah, Ya Allah. Now, the sajjada that is straight, flat on the ground, on the water, where the murid was sitting down, that started to drop. And the murid was still holding on to his Shaykh, but the water was getting into his face, into his mouth, and he was drowning. And the Shaykh looked, just continuing, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, until they reached the safety. You understand? Murid understood a little bit, then he says, Ya Shaykh, Ya Shaykh. Shaitan says, why are you saying Ya Shaykh? Say Ya Allah. Now he's jumping up and down, up and down, up and down the water, meaning he's getting literally washed up too. How many are going to understand this? How many are going to accept this? How many are going to follow? This is Ahli Sunnat. Meaning that it is not our faith that we are relying on, it is our hold, our firm handhold to that one who is the firmest handhold. Our grip on that rope of Allah is not our grip on Allah. It is our grip on the rope of Allah. Allah extends that. It is Allah's protocol to always give this world, all of creation, its prophets. So as much as you're holding on to your prophet, holding on to those ones who are making you to hold on to that prophet, that's as much faith and security you're going to have. Otherwise, you are making your own rope to reach to Allah. You're saying, my rope is better than the rope of the Prophet or the rope of the awliya. I pray, I fast, I do good, I'm there. Oh, very, very dangerous. Because even the prophets, they're holding on to the rope of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That the prophets and holy people, they're holding on to that rope of mercy. They're not asking Allah for justice. I did this, I should be getting this. They're saying, we are holding on to your mercy. Only foolish people. That is majority of 21st century Muslims. In the old days, they were only holding on to mercy. They do so much, they do everything, but they are asking Allah for mercy. And the mercy of Allah, the biggest mercy of Allah is the Holy Prophet ﷺ. That's why even the Ottoman Padishahs, the Halifas, there's no higher office than a Halifa. Even they are begging for the intercession of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and they never say they do anything. They're saving this whole ummah. They are protecting this whole ummah. They are protecting the deen. They are doing everything, but they are begging Allah for forgiveness. No, they're begging the Prophet for intercession. And they said, I'm the biggest sinner, I'm not doing anything, I'm asking for your intercession. So they destroy those kinds of role models. Now we have Wahhabi role models who say, no Prophet, no one, it's just me and Allah. Me and Allah, we're buddies, don't you know? Partners. La sharika lah. Very dangerous. So, then how are you going to disappear into the ocean of your shaykh? You think it's just by a feeling, by an emotion, by a light that you see, by smell that you smell? No, it's more than that. All those things will disappear too. What do you have left? I don't hear about all these things from people who go through extreme test. People who go through extreme test, so many, they betray. Yes? I'm only hearing all these things when things are good. Because when you go through the extreme test, it is the substance, the strength that you have against your ego that is going to matter. All these other things, lights and smells and dreams, they're not going to matter so much. I have so many people come to me. They fall in love with this way. They like me a lot. They say, I dreamed this. Someone saw you this. Someone actually even saw you in Kaaba and this and that. I say, Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah, you are this and this. MashaAllah. I say, okay. I say, Alhamdulillah. If you saw it, you saw it. I'm not going to argue, but you probably saw a sheikh, whatever. I didn't say anything. But the fact is, things are okay. You understand? Nothing is happening. I'm not showing I'm a sheikh. I'm not training them. But they're seeing all these things. Then later when I train them, later when I train them and clean them, later when I knock them wall to wall, later when I'm trying to be a sheikh, and I'm saying, this is right and this is wrong. This is left and this is right. That's the time they, who are you? I have honor too, you know. Who are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Da, da, da. So what happened to all their dreams and visions and openings? MashaAllah. So I'm yet to see someone that, the Sheikh and you or myself, we are knocking wall to wall, and then they say, I dream that I'm seeing you this high station, that high station. It doesn't happen. Something is wrong then, no? So hold on. Sometimes it happens to some people. That I know. Yes?
So Shim, as you're saying, when the ego is attacking from that standpoint, as you were just mentioning, it kind of comes from all directions. It's like it appears to attack in a way that it's coming from all directions. At that point, how does a murid stand up to that and say, okay, how do you train how do you rely on the himmat of your shaykh to stand against that and say, okay?
You don't listen to it first. There's a lot of voices. Why you have to listen? What, you have to be fair, you have to be objective, you have to be tolerant, you have to listen to all sides. You know it's coming from your ego. That is when the power of your spirit must come. You say, no, la, no. No, I don't have to listen to this. I don't have to answer to your questions. Not today. At some point, you just have to stop all these voices by just saying, you know, la la, putting your hair like that. Because it's come to that level. And you say, no, just this. Until they lose their power a little bit. You understand? Because what do you want? When everything is attacking you, you want to hold on more tightly. No. That murid. When Shaitan said, with very logical argument, your Shaykh is saying, Ya Allah, why you have to say Ya Shaykh? You have to say Ya Allah too. It's logical. He's calling on Allah. Why are you calling on Him? He is not your Allah. It's logical. If that murid were to just block off his ears and not listen, against his own judgment, against his own idea of what is right and wrong, you understand? You say, I don't know. I just, at this situation, I just want to listen blindly. I don't understand. I don't have to understand now. Because right now, he told me to do it, it seems to be working. And how many times has he ever done anything to make me to doubt him, to make me to commit wrong actions, to make me to commit shirk? None. Why are you coming attacking me now when it is between life and death? You understand? Easiest is to say, no, I'm not listening to you now. That's a good point. I'll listen to you later. So you have to choose. Who do you want to listen to? You listen to that, then you're going to go through again. What happens after that? After that, you get tired and you tell, okay, stop. And you go back to square one again, right? You've done this years, all the time, until one day you can realize that, you know what, I'm not going to play this game anymore. Shut up. You understand? You block yourself off from that. You follow till you come to a point of safety. Then you say, okay, what are you saying now? If it's even necessary. Understand? But yeah. All right. Give the dessert you brought for the men or no? Quickly. Women, have your dessert. Some tea. Any other question? Yes, say, just.
Tribal service Mawlid.
Yes?
I wanted to understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Think for yourself first. When you know something, then I'll tell you. You cannot make the connection between Ashura, where those ones who say to Hazrat Hussein, we love you, we'll die for you, all our children and everything, we put on top of our heads and we die for you. You cannot make that connection. But then they betray, and you cannot make that connection to what has happened during Shaf and his Mawlid. You understand? It's happened his whole life, but specifically it happened in his Mawlid, no? And it's happening in your lifetime, and it's happening to us, and it's happening to me. People coming and saying, throwing themselves to make a big show to kiss our feet is a show. That kissing of feet, it means that whatever that you put on top of me, I accept. That is just a token gesture. It's not just like that. It is a symbol of something much bigger. So then what happens when you think that the Shaykh is actually putting his authority on you? What do you do? At that time, do you kiss his feet? No, forget about biting our feet off. You want to climb up to our head and cut it off. Yes? We put some authority on them, which all the time they're kissing our feet or our hands, meaning that, okay, there's no authority there. They're just bending down. But when we say, no, turn right, don't turn left. Leave, don't stay. Stay, don't leave. When we put our authority there, are they bending down to say, yes, I accept? No. Whatever excuse they give. Then later you discover, not only in that action, then they're trying to find every reason way from the beginning. Every reason way from the beginning to say, we have never accepted you anyway. You understand? So those ones that they convince themselves to leave Hazrat Hussein, so many of them, they not only betray at that time, but they betray his memory also. They say, well, we never believed in him anyway. Because you have to kill that. You have to kill that love in order to make that decision. Then they will forget every word, everything that has happened. They will deny everything that's happened. Hazrat Ali is saying, the one who teaches you one word, you are a slave to him for 40 years. So many people that have, let me speak from my experience. Share in his experience, so of course more than that. But from our experience, I make that open also, that we are not giving them one word. We're giving them our life. We're giving them from our wealth. We're giving them from our love. For years. And when we have to put our authority on them because they are making wrong moves to destroy themselves, they spit back at us and they curse. All those years that we've done, we've helped, that we've loved, well, not only they forget, but it's as if we put so much poison to them. But it's okay. Our reason of doing that is not to get anything back from them. We're doing that because it's the right thing to do. Everyone is going to go according to their nature. If your nature is to give, you will give. It doesn't matter who you give to. You will give, as our Shaykh. He is the servant of the most generous, as it was with Hazrat Osman, the time when he was collecting so much zakat, and they gave already to all the Muslims. Now there's still zakat that they have to give. They started giving to the non-Muslims. That he's helping and he's giving charity, Shaykh Effendi, and giving sohbat and giving his life and his love and his time when there are no Muslims around who wants to take it from this friend of Allah. He was giving it in the streets of New York to every passerby that was there. We see it, no? In our own eyes. When we made zikr on 39th Street, he would come down at 3 o'clock in the morning. In tahajjud time, after praying, he would come down and he would look and he would pray for every wrong person who passes by. He would pray for them and would ask Allah to change their hearts for them to become better. And we see with our own eyes people who are drunk, people who are gone crazy because of the drugs that they take, but when they see him, their face change, and they just want to stand there looking at him. And they say, I feel very good now. I'm looking at you and your face is filled with light. I feel very comfortable. I think you are good people. They don't know us, they just want to be with Shaykh Effendi. So everyone is going to act according to the nature. So those who are giving, they will still give, knowing that they are going to curse back at you, but they still have to give. They cannot go against their nature. It's okay. They're giving it for the sake of Allah. May Allah forgive me, inshallah. Al-Fatiha. Afiyet olsun. Evet, başka?
Sam, I have a question.
Yes.
I once read that you just mentioning this. Allah gives and forgives, man gets and forgets. My question is that given the nature of the man that he forgets, and if we forget, that how we can get rid of that?
Make zikr. You're not going to forget. Be with people who remember. Be with the Ahli Zikr. Not to read about it, not to even make zikr by yourself, but make zikr the way that the people of remembrance, then you will remember. Make zikr with the people of remembrance who make zikr, remember the way they remember, think the way they think, pray the way they pray. You will get that perfume from them, even if you smell very bad, but you will get that perfume from them and you smell good. Understand? It is all about sohbat. It is all about association. Our tariqat is about association. Association with who? Ahli Zikr. And whatever that the Ahli Zikr they do, it is zikr. If they are sitting and talking, the Ahli Zikr, if they are sitting and talking, their talking is zikr. Their working is zikr. Their laughing is zikr. Their sleeping is zikr. We experience that with Shaykh Effendi, don't we? Huh? Everything they do, they are remembering Allah. They're not remembering Allah, they are with Allah. And they're making us to remember Allah and to remember the Prophet ﷺ. And it is nice. It is beautiful because you don't have to do so much. You don't have to go collecting the smells, refining the smell so that it becomes a perfume. Because everything that we smell that is nice, some comes from sources that's not so nice. And you have to make it to become nice. Some come from sources that doesn't smell anything at all, and you have to gather millions to crush it and to get the smell. A lot of work that you have to do to get that perfume. But Allah is saying you don't have to be the perfumer. Just sit with the people that have that perfume and you will take their smell. What a lot of mercy. This is especially for the ummah of his most beloved one, not for the earlier nations. Okay. You have a question? Say.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Does the external appearance of the grave of the normal Muslims indicate their internal condition? And does the Holy Prophet ﷺ appear in the graves of believers in the appearance of the Shaykh?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. For normal Muslims, there was a time that generally what is outside is also what is inside, generally. For a minority, what is outside, it doesn't fit with what is inside. What is inside doesn't fit with what is outside. Do you understand? In the time of the Ottomans, even from the outside, there are signs, and they will teach you what those signs are. If this one is a munafiq, this one is a believer, this one is a friend of Allah, this one is a salihin. This one is belonging to a tariqat. Which position is he in that tariqat? There are signs. And people can recognize there is no confusion. Generally. That era finished. Now we enter into the era of darkness, of clouds. You understand? It is covering. So you cannot see. As Shaykh Effendi said so much, you will see who is ahead, if it's a horse or a donkey, when the dust settles. Now the dust is still everywhere, so you can't see. It is unclear. So yes, generally in the old days, the maqam of the high-level saints, for instance, it is reflected in the architecture. Generally. But it doesn't mean that every maqam that has a big architecture around it is also a beloved of Allah. But generally it is. That there are also saints that they don't have big architecture of the maqam. Those are hidden ones. But they are secret and they are very powerful. But it is also known. Those hidden ones is not as if they are hidden. You just don't show. But people who know, they know. You understand? Now it's a little bit different. Now, it is according to the permission and according to authority. When it is necessary, the graves of, let's talk about awliyas. If it's necessary, it'll be hidden. If it's necessary, it'll be very big and open. Now we come to the point where, because the ship is sinking, everyone now is not going to go according to the protocol of when you are entering into the ship when the ship is not sinking. You understand? Now the protocol has to change because the situation has changed. So there are so many, you think from the outside, the way they build their graves, mashallah, these must be very holy ones, beloved by Allah. But you see, these ones are the ones that they don't even believe in Allah. You see people going to that maqam to ask and to pray and to talk to it as if it's alive. Well, Shaykh Effendi is saying, but the screams that one is making in the grave, even shaitan is running away from that. So in these days, you need more the vision of the awliya Allah to know. Because black is white and white is black. And the time will come when the Shaykh is going to point to the black wall behind him and say, this is white. But you know that it is black. Whole world saying it is black, all these years, but he's going to say it is white. That time, what you're going to do? But that is the vision of truth coming from the Shaykh. Black is white and white is black. So normal Muslims now, forget about the architecture. We hope and pray that we are buried as Muslims. So many, even in Muslim countries, because they have so much envy from non-Muslim countries too, they want to get buried the way that other people are getting buried. They get jealous, some saying, I have to be buried in a coffin too. There are Muslims getting buried in coffins now. Yeah, they put ayats and everything, but they get very jealous. So, yet there are some that are so humble. The world looks at them as if they are just normal, regular Muslims, but they're so humble. And they're just buried in a humble grave that is common. Like recently, I saw a report. They're building this highway in Malaysia. And they dig up this grave. And it's over 3 years old. Pretty recent, 3 years old. They dig it up. There's a husband and wife next to each other. And everything is still intact. And even the coffin, the white shroud, is clean and pure. And their bodies are still soft. Earth is forbidden to touch them. This is in the tropics. This is not somewhere in the deserts where it's so dry, you may say, oh, scientific explanation, this or that. They say this man, he was just a Quran teacher. Humble, simple. So, we're asking that we die in a good way, we're buried in a good way. Inshallah Rahman. The second question, asking if the Prophet ﷺ can appear as your shaykh in your grave. Of course he can. The Prophet ﷺ is appearing as our shaykh. Not only in the grave, but outside the grave in our life. Because those ones, they are representing the Prophet ﷺ. They have disappeared in his oceans, and they're bringing his light to us. So it is possible. How is it possible? As much as you are with your shaykh. When you're alive, that much you will be with him. When you're in your grave, that much you'll be with him in the hereafter. You will be with the one that you love. Make sure you don't love your problems more. Make sure you don't love your children or your wives or this dunya more. These days, Allah has removed the mercy. People don't love the ones they're supposed to love. They love anger and hate and disease and complaining more. They love the haram more. That is what is occupying them. It should not be, inshallah. We should know what it is and learn how to control it. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, what else?
How do we find a weapon that is better than a stick in the fight against our egos? And what can I do to improve
You cannot
this?
use the stick to fight against your ego. I say jokingly sometimes, you don't listen to me, and then I'm going to use my stick, and then I'm going to... But this is nothing. You may say, oh, but isn't the stick controlling a huge lion or a tiger? You really think it's that stick? That little thing, that little whip that is controlling? Or is it the master who is controlling? So how are you going to control your ego? Do you have a master? You don't have a master. You'll never learn how to control it, never. Because you are that beast. You ever see a lion in a circus without a lion trainer because it trained itself? Huh? The lion trained itself. And then jumping, and sitting like cat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. It's very stupid, this West kind of like circus. You ever see a lion doing that? No. So you are that beast. The beast is inside of us. You cannot train yourself to. You need a master to train. And that master is not going to use a stick. He's going to use his will. He's going to use his intelligence. Sometimes he's going to give you some candy. Sometimes he's going to have a stick. But that stick is just a symbol of his authority. That candy is just a symbol of his mercy. If you accept a trainer, you will be trained. You don't accept the trainer, you cannot be trained. Try training yourself. You cannot even train yourself to be a doctor. You cannot even train yourself by yourself to get a license for a car. You cannot. Can you? Huh? Give yourself a license to yourself saying, I trained myself, so now I'm a driver. You cannot even do that. How can a man think that the biggest, most powerful thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, other than our spirit, which is the ego, because it has the power to disobey Allah, to declare itself as much a Lord as Allah is? How you can claim that you'll be able to control it without a master? How? I say, I have a master, but you're not changing. You don't have a master. You have the title that you have a master, but you are not going for the training, you're not being disciplined, you're not knowing. Or worse, you're in complete disobedience, complete stubbornness. Master is saying go right, you go left. Master is saying stop, you go. You're doing the opposite. But you say, but I have a master. No, you don't. You have your rebellious nature that is rebelling against the master. That you have, but you don't have a master. And the ego is going to trick you in 1,000 different ways. If you're not watching for the small ways, then you're going to be tricked in the big ways very easily. Don't worry, dunya is going to find a way to trick you. We are trying. We are weak. There are some weaknesses that you may say, Allah watching, say, okay, we may cover for you because you're doing so many wrong things. But you're doing so many right things, and the wrong things that you're doing is actually only harming yourself. But when you do something wrong that harms other people, and you're being rebellious, and you're being stubborn, that time their shafa'at cannot reach you until you yourself wake up and you say, I have done something wrong, I'm asking for shafa'at from you. Then there are those things that is going to destroy lives. How? You think because you're destroying lives. You don't admit that. If you don't admit that you're destroying lives, that means you don't admit it is a big sin. And the shafa'at is only for those ones that the Prophet says, of my nation who commit big sins. All the prophets will ask for shafa'at. Do you think they committed sins? Do you think they commit big sins? Hasha. Yet, when mankind is running to them to ask for their intercession, because they have intercession too, they have limited intercession. What is the sin, so-called, that they say? I cannot help you because I myself need the intercession of the Prophet. What is it that they say? What is it that Isa alayhi salam said? Did he commit anything wrong? He didn't. But he said, because my nation is worshipping me as Allah, and I'm ashamed to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with that. What my nation is doing, not what he himself is doing. For that reason, I am worried about my safety. He considers that not committed by him, by others, by his nation. He considers that a big sin, as if he himself has done it. Now if the tariqat, if the jamaat, if the association is not teaching you your failings, your wrong things, that they are big things, how it's affecting people, how it's taking the rights of other people especially, then that is a failure. that association is a failure. If it's making you to realize, I must be responsible, I must watch what I say. Is this reaching to other people? Is it destroying, or is it only to me? To you, to yourself, is easy. They don't even have to offer that. They can just say, I have some credit. Erase that from his records. But when you're starting to take the rights of others, now they say, now what can we do now? We cannot even cover for you. Because now it's touching this one, and this one. So we have to be careful. We have to be awake. And may Allah forgive us, inshallah. Yes, this is the month of Mawlid, still the month of the mercy to all the worlds. As much as we understand we are in need of mercy, as much as we understand we're in need of mercy because we have done this wrong thing and this wrong thing and this wrong thing to others, as much as we understand that, that much more mercy we're going to get. If we are not understanding that we've done wrong, that we've taken the rights of others, that we've become zalim, cruel, an oppressor to others, if you don't admit that, mercy will not touch you. Because you consider yourself, why should I need mercy? I didn't do anything wrong. When you don't think you need mercy, when you don't think you've done anything wrong, no mercy was going to reach to you. So yes, this is not just a month to sing songs and to miss the Prophet ﷺ, and to wish that he is here, and to say that he is here, and to talk about his greatness. It is a month for us to understand how far we are from him, how close he is to us, yes, but how far we are from him. And to make that distance smaller. That time when we ask for him, we say, I've done these things, and these things are making me to be very far away from you. Help me, forgive me, make me to become closer to you. That time, the month of mercy will reach to us for the rest of the months too, inshallah, until we die. Al-Fatiha.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How can a murid be absorbed in his teacher, and how can we attain their friendship and become fana in one's teacher?
Say that again.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How can a murid be absorbed in his teacher, and how can we attain their friendship and become fana in one's teacher?
Submission. Islam. Submission. Not just to sit and to be absorbed, not just to sit and to be emotional. These days, shaitan tricking so many. They think they love the shaykh, but they're causing the biggest harm, trying to make the biggest fitna. But they say, no, no, I love. Just like the followers of Hazrat Ali, those who claim that they love Hazrat Ali. Yet shaitan, from that love, tricked them to make them to hate the Sahabis, to make them to hate them, up to this day. So even your love, your understanding of what is love, it has to be according to the understanding of the love that your teacher has, not according to what you have. So many, they saying something to me, I said, listen, like this is, no, no, no, you don't understand. I said, Allah, Allah. Always I don't understand. If you understand so much, why are you sitting here talking to me? You should be able to self-consult and come up with your own solution. Then why are you sitting? They're saying love. It's not love. You know what is love? As the Prophet says, it is not what I think. As our Shaykh says, as the Prophet says, prepare yourself for hardship. That is what love is. But those ones say, I love you, we give them a little bit of hardship, they stand up and they walk away from us. And then later they try to be poking their nose into everything. And then when they get a smack, they say, why this is happening? Why am I being punished? Can he be nicer to me? What did we do? So how are you going to be absorbed in your shaykh? Submit, step by step. Don't think about fana, please. I don't even want to talk about it. It's not even necessary. We're still at the level of when the shaykh says right, we don't shout and argue back with him. When he says right, we don't become stubborn. We say, inshallah, yes, I'll try. And you try, you really do. You have to be in association with your shaykh, to be with him in as many situations as possible, to look what he is doing, how he is doing, to try to take what he's doing and how he's doing and how he's thinking and how he's looking at things, and to put it in your life. It's not just enough to know this is the shaykh, he does all these things. You have to take all these things and you have to put it in your life until slowly you start changing too. Then that's the time. Slowly you will be part of his shadow. Not looking. Was I looking for fana with my shaykh? No. I wasn't looking for that. I know it is impossible. Annihilation, that's what fana means. No, I just want to be able to step on my ego and do things that my shaykh wants me to do. That is good. It is enough. In this way, try to be humble and down to earth in your intentions as possible. When you are like that, then you, although the ladder reaches all the way to Sidratul Muntaha, reaches all the way to the paradises, but the ladders, the first steps, the lowest step, it is next to you, you're already on the ladder, but if you keep on climbing, you will reach to that. Don't think because the ladder is so high, your first step has to be all the way up. Impossible. The step has to be all the way closest to you, down. I've never seen anyone when they climb a ladder. I'm watching people, they're working, they're doing this. Never see them when they're, even if they're working and they've used that ladder for decades. You ever see? They jump to the third step and they climb up? No. They always know I have to go first step, second step. They get stronger and stronger. Yes? So, inshallah, we learn. The big mistake is when you are sitting and trying to learn from your shaykh and you start judging your shaykh too. So, he's doing this. Oh, he's doing that. Shaykh, and he never does that. Prophet is saying something else. This, oh, okay. I'm the kind of a person who says, okay, if you don't understand, say. I'll explain. Shaykh, and he's not like that so much. I will explain. But those who don't want explanation are those ones who don't say anything. They don't say anything because they don't want explanation because they've already judged you. And when that happens, it's very dangerous. You're starting on this slippery slope. Then that time Shaitan will say, yeah, that is wrong. You know what? Say, what? This is wrong too. You start looking, say, yeah. This one is also wrong. Say, yeah, that's right. And he's saying this, and then, oh. How do you stop yourself from listening to all of that? You just have to say, stop. Why have to listen to you? Let me listen to my shaykh a little bit. Let me listen to those ones who are close to him a little bit. Let me listen to this. These are the ones. It's not just between you and your shaykh too. There's so many others that are around, no? Be careful. Fatiha. Anything else? This much is enough, inshallah. ومن الله توفيق. الفاتحة. آمين. السلام عليكم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك